Hello. So I want to do a video about Electra and talk about like whether or not she is actually good. She's been in the game for probably almost 2 months now, so I think we've had enough time to like play with her and stuff. I'm gonna do this video a while already, but it is what it is. Like, so we had all the holiday stuff, so I just haven't got around to it. But so let's talk about her. So let's read her themes here. Electra Von Grave. Darkness brought her back to life, but took away her freedom. Within her stitched together body echoed the voice of fallen warrior women, pulling her into different directions. Only by accepting all of her forms does she become Electra Von Grave, a guardian who knows no pain and turns suffering into strength. So she's a tank. Her main stat is strength. She fights the front line. She is not undead. Not undead. And I'm pretty sure the reason for this is Lyria. Lyria is pretty much OP right now, so they decided to make Electra not undead for balance reasons. That's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, like pretty much maxed out, near maxed out. She'll have over 1 million health. Like I said, pretty what you expect for tanks. She gets magic defense and strength as her skins. She has her main ability. This is a shield. It explodes, deals magic damage. And also like lasts 10 seconds and makes she can't be moved and is immune to control effects during this 10 seconds. Like I said, it just absorbs damage. Makes her pretty tanky. Like I said, she's actually pretty tanky. She also has a Spark of Life, which is a vampirism ability. So she's able to heal herself, which is super good. Again, gives her a lot of staying power. Oath Protection for 5 seconds applies a protective effect to all allied heroes whose health is lower than Electra's. While the effect's active, 40% damage taken by allies is redirected to Electra. So it's kind of like Astaroth, but she's pretty much a better version of Astaroth. Like Astaroth, I've already argued in the past that Astaroth, one of the worst tanks in the game. Maybe not Zeri bad, but he's not that great. She's pretty much a better version of Astaroth. And then Immortal Shell at the start of battle. She converts her armor, magic, defense, dodge into strength. Increases strength by like 75 for every 100 points lost. So yeah, so she gets a lot of strength. Strength adds health, so she ends up having a lot of health. Plus she has her vampirism and stuff, so like I said, it's a 411% vampirism. It's like, what? Yeah, it's actually super high, but yeah, and she's also just magic damage. She's magic bat attack based, which is both her best attribute and probably her greatest weakness. But because she's magic based, you compare her with heroes like Krista or Augustus. Like say on the other hand, against like heroes like Isaac, she can definitely suffer that way. If I wasn't done, I should have looked at her other stuff. Like we talked about her skins briefly, her glyphs. Again, she gets magic armor penetration's pretty good. For her, you probably want to focus on strength and health first, just because of how she is, and then do magic penetration and then magic attack. Armor could be good too. A lot of times, armor is really good for tanks. With the way her kit is, well. Yeah, no, I mean, I guess, yeah, no, because she gets more strength, because she converts all of her armor into strength. Like, then she gets, like, lower returns, because it's, like, every 100 points, it's, like, 75. So, I do armor last just because of the way her kit works with her passive ability. Because all that turns into strengths, like, so she converts all that. So, she pretty much, like, so penetration abilities, she pretty much doesn't care about penetration abilities, because she always has 0 mitigation stats. Her mitigation stats are always 0, pretty much, so. And she cannot gain. Armor, magic, defense, dodge cannot be changed during battles. So she always takes full damage from everything. That's the thing. She takes damage like chump, but because so many heroes have such high penetration anyway, a lot of times mitigation stats kind of don't matter except dodge. Like dodge is like the one that mattered, but now Lyria's kind of busted that. Has made dodge a lot less effective. So yeah, no, it's kind of like so. In the post-Lyria metagame, this is not necessarily a bad thing. Like, those stats are kind of mostly useless, so it's fine. But, yeah, armor last. Then, she, of course, glyphed elements, nothing really to talk about. She's strength-based. Her artifacts, she gets magic attack with her ultimate weapon. So, again, no mitigation buff, because, again, she did mitigation buffs are useless for, so they gave her magic attack. She gets, again, this just gets her some more mitigation to convert into strength, and of course, arena strength, so she ends up with really high. She also gives her natural immunity, like, well, natural protection against crits. All that extra strength means she doesn't get hit with crits very often, so that's also good. It means she's going to be semi-decent against Ishmael, because Ishmael is trying to get those crits, and she's going to have some protection against crits. Probably not enough, I mean, especially if Ishmael's getting buff by Splash or whatever, but still. She will get hit with crits less often than other heroes. Then Ascension, pretty standard tank stuff. Like she has, like it's hers looks like that. She gets a magic penetration. Actually, looks almost kind of like a strength based mage because she gets magic penetration magic, but otherwise she has the strength. She gets like a lot of like health ones, a lot of armor ones. You know, so almost what you would expect for a magic damage based tank. I think honestly, I think it's kind of similar to Mushi and Shrooms, wherever Mushi and Shroom be, wherever they may be. But I don't know. Mushi and Shrooms somewhere. Right here, Mushi and Shroom. Yeah, kind of similar. I don't think Mushi. Yeah, so it looks kind of like Mushi and Shrooms. Thinking very similar that way. So stat wise, very similar. Yeah, let's go play with her. Let's go play with her. So, like, one set of heroes you might want to use her with is going to be, like, Augustus and Orion. Like, because she does magic damage, she gets the benefits of like, Augustus. Like, so she can do magic. Augustus can help her do pure damage for extra damage, right? And also, pet-wise, I didn't talk about this. She can use Oliver, Axel, Biscuit, and Merlin. Typically, you would think Oliver's best, but like in my experience, like Merlin's one of the best just because one, it gives her some more magic penetration. Two, it lets her use her abilities faster. And because she has vampirism, this often lets her tank better because she gets to get more health from that vampirism because Razor magic attack too, but she gets to use those abilities more often. So it generally helps her a bit better than just like Oliver. So that's been at least been my experience with her. But yeah, let's just do this here. This should be a pretty easy win. All right. Boom. I didn't do a lot of damage that time, but that's fine. That's fine. Let's try to find another one here. This is Illyria. It has Illyria there. Yeah, Illyria definitely smashed face like a lot of the Dante and Aurora teams. That's, you know, it's made Dante and Aurora more of a liability on defense because Illyria is not quite a hard counter, but a very strong soft counter. I mean, there are still ways to make them work, but you're just better off just using your own Lyria than trying to make Dante and Aurora. Keeping Dante and Aurora, I mean, you can make them work, but they're generally less of an option on defense with post Lyria. At least if I have a look at that. She top DPS here. Electra Von Grave, top DPS right here. Like, what I mean, she has great damage potential, especially if you, like said, pair her with, like, Gust or something, so she can do pure damage. Just absolutely destroys stuff. And again, look at her healing. All that vampirism, she heals, self-heals, which makes her very tanky. Like, if she can heal, she is tanky. And that brings us to, like, another hero you can put her with is, like, the twins. You can pair her with Krista, because Krista has those watermarks mechanic here. So if we do Krista for the watermarks, then you can even do, like, Lars for twinage. Like, we don't even necessarily need Celeste here, but I generally like Celeste, just because Celeste is good. You could do Cascade, but we don't really need it for this particular team. War Flag of Fervor lets her gain extra energy. War Flag of... No. Is it Readiness? Is it... Energy? Yeah, Ready Fest lets some get... energy for the rearmost hero. Vanguard's also kind of a tanky one. This one could be good just because of how high Electra's max health can be. Like, this one could be super good that way because of the max health. So it really just depends on what you want. But War Flag Ready is pretty good with Lars. Big fan of War Flag of Readiness. Vanguard's actually pretty good too. Those are pretty much Fervor, Vanguard, and Readiness are pretty much the 3 war flags I use. Frost ain't bad either. Sometimes you use Frost. But like those are the three I use. But like that's Lars doing Lars things. Yeah, Krista can put some watermarks, which allows magic damage to heal. Boom, nice. And Electra Von Grave on top. Krista some healing, but like it's way more healing, like 3 million healing. Because again, we had Krista adding those watermarks. So between the vampires and the watermarks, Electra Von Grave did a lot of healing. Lars can buff magic penetration, so Krista, Celeste both buff magic attack. So does Electra Von Grave. So again, lots of damage potential here. Lots of damage potential here. I do think more often than not, the Augustus Orion's probably gonna be a bit stronger than twins, but again, twins are super good. Krista's strength though is that she's also pretty tanky, and using him again might feel redundant at sometimes, but again, for against like a Corvus team, I think the twins are worse. Just 'cause, like I said, Corvus actually kind of strong versus Krista. Actually, we can keep that here. Let's just do this. I'll show you here. See, I want to try. Let's do the War Flag Vanguard. We'll combo off just a bit slower because here's the thing. See that thing? That thing wrecks Krista pretty hard. All those ice shards, she ends up taking a lot of damage. Watch was gonna. Okay, the ice shards actually went off before that happened. Part of the fight is counted like that. It's like, I don't know if we want to kill Krista. We want to try to get Corvus off the board. So I had changed war flags here. But yeah, we're getting lots from healing for that war flag. We were getting like, we just got a lot of healing from that war flag. Gosh, it doesn't tell me the war flag healing though. That's kind of an annoying thing. But if we go to the replay, let's see how much she had 1 point. So let's go to the replay here. Let's just want you to look at like how much healing she gets from the war flag. It's every 4 seconds. So 79,000 right there. 79,000 from that war flag. Got like, again, so that's 79 right there. Every 4 seconds. 79,000. So getting 79,000 healing like every 4 seconds, that's a lot. Because that's because she has such high health from all that strength, like I said, because it's a percentage based heal. It was percentage based on that. Like if we go to the war flags here. Vanguard, so every 4 seconds heals a front hero of your team for 1.6% of their max health and 0.3% for every red pattern. So just because we have 3 red patterns, it's 2.5% of their max health. So yeah, that's very significant amount of healing there. So every 4 seconds, that's almost half an Oliver. Oliver is 11,000 every half second. So that's almost as good as Oliver Patron. Almost as good as Oliver Patron. And again, it stacks with Oliver. So again, it's just very, very heal focused. Is there anybody that's an Ishmael team? That's what I want to find is an Ishmael team. Oh, hey, Aurora Lyria. They have that. Let's see. Let's try this. I think we might lose this one. We'll see. Aurora's pretty good versus this team. They have Aurora, Lyria, Varcroft. Like I said, Aurora's still good, guys. Like, Aurora's still a great hero. So I kind of said, you'll see Aurora Lyria. It's probably, like, one of the more common ways you'll see Aurora on defense. Because Aurora will just stomp face on so many different heroes. But we got it. Damage taken. Yeah, look at that. She took 4.5 million damage, but because of healing, Krista did some healing. Good with those ice shards, with those ice things. So, yeah, a lot of healing there. Yeah, Krista's pretty much a second healer. But yeah, she's pretty good. We might have to go. I might have to go set up a thing. Oh, this one has Isaac, so this is a good example of a team that can really cause you problems here. Let's don't wait here. But Isaac, I think we will keep Axel here. Actually, we'll keep Vanguard. Let's stick with Vanguard. Yeah, because she's a magic damage focused hero, Isaac can definitely ruin her day. Yep, see, look at this. So this is where she's gonna start running into problems, is Isaac. So there's that. What was Khazgar? Let's see, can we find Khazgar again? That was right there. He was right there. Actually, I just saw him right here. So let's switch this back to this one here with Orion. All right, we'll put the Axel here. Okay, so hopefully we can start turning into pure damage to try to dodge Isaac. If you're doing pure damage, Isaac only absorbs magic, so that if you're able to strip Ode and get that pure damage going, Isaac is not going to be as dangerous. There you go, we got some pure damage, though not enough. Yeah. So Isaac is going to be the bane of her existence. Most teams that you want to run her in, Isaac's going to block you. And that's the other thing is, unlike Aurora, which you can pretty much put in every team, I feel like Electra, she's kind of meh in like more physical attacking teams. Like, so let's go Khazgar again. So let's just do like, let's draw. We want him. See, let's do, where is the, you do a line like this. It's gonna feel a bit underwhelming. We won't get wrecked by Isaac, but we'll probably get wrecked by the other stuff. But sometimes Ju can clean up. Sometimes Ju can get stuff done, especially Thea. But I feel like she's just not as good in this type of a line. Without the magic buffs and stuff to support her. She's not healing for herself as much, because the magic attack buffs definitely help her. The magic penetration buffs help her. But, yeah. And this is kind of her big weakness, is just being able to, like I said, beat work in like a non-magic team, which is kind of like what was the strength of Aurora, is that you could put her in just about any team. Like, Aurora's just good against everything, whereas she's only good in like specific lines, and it's like, so that is kind of the downside there. I want to do something with Ishmael, though. We need to find an Ishmael line. Ishmael. Alright, so let's see here. Don't want you, actually. We want to probably put Laria up here. But something like that should be good. Just do that here. Okay, let's see. Gosh, she's way down on my list. Bastion. So let's try some of these lines here. Krista's usually pretty good versus Ishmael in general. A lot of times I use Krista, my anti-Ishmael tank. So actually, you know what? Let's not do that. Listen, we can do a test like with that later. But like, let's do Orion. Let's do Orion. Do this one. I think this works better, and we want this one here. That can actually probably go there. Okay, let's go. Alright. Yeah, she still took a crit there. Even though she has way higher strength, she still got hit with a crit because Sebastian buffs crits so much. Oh, and then she just, yep, nah. Krista's better. Krista beats that line way better. So yeah, she's okay. I don't think she's like that. She's like, unfortunately, it's kind of like the meta game. As much as like some things about the metagame should help her. Like, she's just not well positioned again. She's not undead, and that's probably because Lyria is just too strong right now. Lyria broke the whole metagame, like, second best hero in the game right now, unfortunately. But overall, though, I do think she is better. She's one of the better tanks, though, overall. She has great damage potential, so, like I said, there are certain lines I have seen her use. She's not, like, it's not like she's unusable. Like, I do think she's kind of fun. And like I said, she just has so much health. Like, so long as you can... Right, you avoid like the bad matchups like Isaac or maybe Ishmael. She can definitely do a lot of things. Like I said, the biggest issues, again, Lyria exists. Also, Krista, you can run, like I said, one of her best pairings is Krista, though a lot of times Krista is pretty good as a tank on her own and doesn't necessarily need Electra in front of her. So, but I do like her in like Ryan Gus's team, so she's super great there. So, yeah, not too much more to say on this one. If you want to know more about the War Flag of Vanguard, please check out the video down below. As always, thank you for watching.